Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. My name is Matt Bogosian. I'm with Luxury Homes of Tennessee. And in today's video, I'm gonna take you for a tour through my latest listing that is located at 1009 Bunker Hill Drive in Arrington, Tennessee. But today's tour is gonna be a little bit different. What I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna show you guys the outside of the property. We're not going in the house. And the reason is because this is a special property that you don't see come up for sale very often here in Williamson County, Tennessee. So I think it's worth it to show you guys. This home is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom ranch style home. It has just over 1,900 square feet, and it is sitting on 2.81 acres. And that, my friends, is why I want to show you the outside, take you for a tour of the property. If you want to see the inside, you can look at pictures later. We'll have plenty of those. But for now, let's take a tour of the outside of this property. All right, so first of all, I am standing outside in front of the home. And as you can see, it is absolutely stunning, isn't it? You can hear those crickets cricketing. The street is very quiet. This neighborhood is called Lake Colonial Estates, and it's a small community in Arrington, Tennessee. And all the homes sit on several acres just like this one. And like I said, it's just so special, and I really just wanted to show you around. I love the curb appeal of this home. The driveway has this kind of like curve to it, and it goes right across the front of the house, as you can see. Look at this. Let me just show you kind of the view right here. Lots of big mature trees, which is really nice. Yeah, look at the curve of this driveway. See how it kind of comes up and it curves? It's really just pretty. I'm gonna turn and I'm at least gonna show you the front of the home, right? I think that you guys deserve to see that. Let me turn right here. So there you go, that's the front of the house. Really nice shade in the front with all these big trees. Plenty of grass, right? I mean, this is 2.81 acres, which is, in my opinion, almost perfect. I lived on 9 acres before, and it's just a bit too much. You know what, let's cut up here. I want you guys to get a real feel for what it's like to live here and be on this property. I think most people that are looking for something like this, they really put a lot of value on the outside and the actual property, right? Because it's somebody that wants to spend time outside for whatever reason. So that's why I thought it would be important to show you guys. That's where I came from. You can see my sign down there. Driveway's in really good condition. Plenty of grass up here. What a view, right? Look at how far. That's one neighbor over there. Look at how far it is. I hear that a lot. People just want space. They don't want to be up against their neighbor like you see in a lot of these newer construction homes. You got all this grass right here going this way. There's a walkway going up to the front door. Plenty of driveway space. That's my truck right there. You can see it was very easy to pull it in and move it around. Got a nice retaining wall right there, 2-car garage, and it does go deeper than a normal 2-car garage. There's actually like a little shop back there. So cool. So if you're a guy that wants to work on a car or a motorcycle or just anything like that, plenty of space there for you to do that. So the property, don't quote me on the exact line of the property, but it goes all the way over this way. I'm still on the property, somewhere in this area right here, but look at all this grass. Look at all this space back here. It is so peaceful and quiet. I just hear birds and crickets cricketing. There's a view to the front right there. Isn't that nice? Also, I failed to mention, we've got this listed for $725,000. My client's got the property lines marked off. So actually I can see a flag back here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but under that tree in front of me. So I am almost at the corner in the back of the property right here. Look at that. Holy smokes. Now, I'm gonna take you guys into those woods here shortly. I think the woods are really special, but let's just walk around the back of the property. Let me just show you that before we do that. So, gosh, there are so many different types of people that I feel like this home would be great for. If you're empty nesters and you just want a little bit of land where you can do some gardening and have some privacy for the first time in your lives, this would be perfect. If you're a family that has small kids and you just want your kids to grow up having a little bit of property and room to play soccer and football and have fires, this would be great. Look at this bird feeder over here. Is this not cool? What's so cool about the bird feeder here? Let me kind of lift this up so you guys can see that. What's cool about the bird feeder is it actually matches the storage shed over there. So this is also part of the property. Look at this space. And I don't know if y'all can see this. This is the neighbors right here, but do you see what's hanging out over there? That, my friends, is a horse. You have a horse as a neighbor. That is pretty much everybody's dream come true. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. He's like, I'm not coming out in that sun. So if it were me on a day like today, oh, it is so much cooler hanging out under these trees. So beautiful trees right here with tons of shade. Let me just show you guys this view right here. There's the view over there. 2.81 acres is so, it's bigger than you would think, especially if it's not super sloped, which this is not. It's got like a nice gentle slope at the top, and the house is kind of sitting up a little bit, which is great. So your water is going to roll off away from it, but it's flattens out back here. So yeah, so the neighbor's place is really nice here. They've got horses right here, so you're not going to have any problem from those horses, I don't think. Let me show you guys the pool. I didn't want to focus on the house and stuff like the pool and stuff like that, but it is outside. So let me just show you that real quick. It's just your basic pool, but I will tell you, I would certainly love to be in that pool right now, because it is going to be in the 90s today and I am burning up. And look at that pool. You can see the bubbles bubbling. You see that? Okay, let's make our way to this back corner, and then I'm going to take you guys into the woods, and then that should button things up. If you're not familiar with Arrington, Tennessee, it is a small unincorporated community in Williamson County, Tennessee. Williamson County is south of Nashville by, I don't know, anywhere from 20 minutes to 45 minutes. Arrington is very close to Franklin. Here's the corner of the property here by the neighbors with the horse fence. So let me kind of face this way for y'all. Once again, more shade back here. Holy moly, this is nice. Just nice for hanging out and not getting killed by the sun. So Arrington is very close to Franklin. It's zoned for the Page schools and Arrington Elementary. Williamson County is known for having really highly rated schools, so that's a reason that a lot of people like to move here. This is so peaceful. There's not really a highway or anything close by to here either. So I see that that can be a problem a lot of times. You get a nice property, but it's close to a highway and you're like, now it's loud, but you don't have that here. So yeah, here's the storage shed. I'm not going to go inside, but let me just kind of show you all that. Y'all get a good idea of what that looks like. You hear those crickets a-cricketing? And he's got like a little fort right here. He said I could go on it, so I hope it doesn't fall down on me. No, this feels pretty sturdy. The stairs are a little, you know, whatever. Look at this, y'all. You hear that? Whew. I'm starting to sweat. I knew that was going to happen. All right, so let's go down into the woods. Y'all pray for me that I don't run into chiggers and ticks and snakes. He does mow back here, and he said he's going to make sure he keeps it mowed for me moving forward. But I think the woods is one of the coolest parts of this property. So you snake through here. I shouldn't have used the word snake through here. Oh man, I'm gonna jinx myself. But he's got the flags back here showing the property line. And the cool thing is, him and I were talking, the property back behind here, if you look on the tax map, it's actually a combination of like 5 different properties that come to a point behind this property. They're not gonna be able to do anything back there. Even if one of them sold to a developer, it's not enough for them to be able to do something because you have 5 properties that come to a point. So of course I can't guarantee anything like that, but it's a very good situation if you're wanting it to stay peaceful and quiet behind you. So I don't know if you guys can see, there's the property markers right there. He's done a great job of marking everything off. It comes down here, he's got all his brush. You could probably, guys, gentlemen and ladies, if you want to own a tractor and do work, I think this is probably enough back here for you to be able to do that. Or maybe get like a side-by-side or something like that. All right, so I should have used some bug spray. I'm gonna do my best to just kind of walk through here because this is kind of neat. So I'm kind of walking along the property line. That to the left is not the property. All right, moving on. Yeah, I'm right along the property line right now. You can see there's that right there. I'll tell you, when I lived on 9 acres though, there was land behind me like this. I did some exploring, I'm not gonna lie. And he can get this mowed back here so y'all can walk through here if you want. Yeah, so look at all this. Isn't this great? And it goes down there. It basically goes in line with that fence that I was standing at from the neighbors. I don't think I'm gonna walk through this. Let me see, maybe I can. Isn't this great? I just love having the shade. I think having this as an option, yeah, I'm not walking through that. I think that is too much. There we go, let me go this way. I have broken into a sweat, y'all. Once again, the address on this is 1009 Bunker Hill Drive in Arrington, Tennessee. It is listed for $725,000. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, just over 1,900 square feet, sitting on 2.81 acres in Williamson County. If y'all don't know about Williamson County, look it up. It's expensive to live here, and for good reason, because it's awesome. There, I said it. Whew. Yeah, it goes way over there. I mean, I didn't walk this way. Let me see if I can walk this way. She told me to walk this way. I saw that Steven Tyler played the other day. He's 77 years old. Ooh, spiderweb, I almost walked into that. And I was thinking, man, if I could move like that when I'm 77. Yeah, so now I'm walking along the property line right here. He's got little like outlets and stuff. There's still a ton of opportunity for clearing back here. Just know, I mean, I've gone down the road of trying to clear out land. It can be tough because look at how much it grows. You can be back here mowing for days. Okay. All right, I'm heading up, and that pops me out right here into the corner. And I think, guys, that this is going to be a good place for me to stop, mainly because I'm dripping sweat, slightly out of breath as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please comment what you think below. I'll try to put a link to the listing in the description. You know, give me a like, subscribe to my channel, of course, and if you want to buy this house, reach out to me or to your realtor and come by and see it. We'd love for you to get the house. So, all right, y'all, thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.